Forgotten Marvel heroes. Why don't we hear about them? Hey there, Marvel fans. Ever feel like you've got a pretty good handle on the Marvel Universe? You know, with Spider-Man swinging through New York City, Iron Man soaring across the skies, and Captain America standing up for justice? Well, think again. There's a whole world of incredible heroes lurking in the shadows. Heroes who've been overshadowed and, dare we say, forgotten. Today, we're diving deep into the vast and vibrant universe of Marvel to uncover some of these unsung characters. Why don't we hear about them, and what makes them so special? In this video, we're shining the spotlight on those hidden gems who haven't made it to the silver screen yet, or haven't had the chance to become household names. We'll explore their origins, powers, epic storylines, and the reasons they've slipped under the mainstream radar. So, buckle up and get ready for a thrilling journey through the Marvel Universe's best-kept secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more amazing content, the evolution of Marvel Comics. To understand why some heroes are forgotten, let's take a quick trip back in time. Marvel Comics burst onto the scene in 1939, and over the decades, it grew exponentially. During the Golden Age, 1930s to 1950s, and Silver Age, 1950s to 1970s of comics, Marvel introduced a plethora of new characters. This was a period of rapid expansion and creativity, with writers and artists pushing the boundaries of storytelling. But with so many heroes being created, it was inevitable that some would get lost in the shuffle. The sheer volume of characters made it challenging for every hero to shine equally. As popular icons like the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and the Avengers took center stage, other characters gradually faded into the background. It's a classic case of too many heroes, not enough spotlight. Defining a forgotten hero. So, what exactly makes a hero forgotten? It's not just about being old or obscure. A forgotten hero might be someone who had limited appearances in the comics, lacked significant story arcs, or hasn't been adapted into movies or TV shows. They might have been overshadowed by flashier, more marketable characters, or simply didn't resonate with the audience at the time. These heroes often play crucial roles in the broader Marvel narrative, adding depth and richness to the universe. They're the hidden threads that weave together epic storylines, and their contributions are invaluable, even if they don't always get the recognition they deserve. Let's give these unsung heroes their moment in the sun. A. The Sentry, Robert Reynolds. First up, let's talk about the Sentry, aka Robert Reynolds. Ever heard of him? If not, you're in for a treat. Introduced in the year 2000, the Sentry was Marvel's answer to an all-powerful superhero with a twist. Robert Reynolds was a seemingly ordinary man who suddenly recalled that he was the Sentry, a hero with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. But here's the kicker. He's also battling severe mental health issues, including schizophrenia and memory loss. His mind is a battleground between his heroic persona and his dark alter ego, the Void. The Sentry's powers are off the charts. He possesses superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. He can fly, project energy blasts, and manipulate light. He's even been shown to resurrect himself from death. Talk about overpowered. The Sentry's storylines delve deep into psychological themes. He's been a member of the Avengers and has significantly impacted major events like Siege and Dark Reign. His constant struggle with the Void adds a layer of complexity, as his immense power is a double-edged sword that could either save the world or destroy it. So, why isn't the Sentry a household name? His complex character and psychological depth make him a challenging figure to portray in mainstream media. He's appeared in comics but hasn't made the jump to movies or TV shows, which greatly limits his exposure. Plus, his near-invincible powers can make it tough to craft relatable stories. As a result, he's often overshadowed by more marketable and accessible heroes. B. Moon Knight, Mark Spector. Next on our list is Moon Knight, also known as Mark Spector. Picture this: a former mercenary left for dead in the desert, only to be resurrected by the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. Sounds epic, right? Introduced in 1975, Moon Knight's life is a roller coaster of action and inner turmoil. He's not just fighting criminals, he's battling his own mind due to dissociative identity disorder. Moon Knight's abilities are as mysterious as the night itself. His strength, endurance, and reflexes are enhanced by the phases of the moon. He's a master martial artist, detective, and has an arsenal of high-tech gadgets. Think of him as Marvel's answer to Batman, but with a supernatural twist. Moon Knight's tales are dark and gritty, delving into themes of justice, vengeance, and mental health. His multiple identities, Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, allow him to navigate different layers of society, from the criminal underworld to high society. He's played pivotal roles in supernatural and street-level events, often teaming up with or battling other heroes like Spider-Man and Daredevil. Before his recent Disney Plus series, Moon Knight had minimal exposure outside the comic books. His mature themes and complex portrayal of mental illness made him a niche character. Not exactly the kind of content that makes for family-friendly blockbusters. His complexity can be a barrier for new fans, but those who dive in are rewarded with rich storytelling. See Beta Ray Bill. Hold on to your hammers, folks. Let's talk about Beta Ray Bill, an alien warrior who not only wielded Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, but proved himself worthy of it. Introduced in the mighty Thor number 37 in 1983, Beta Ray Bill hails from the Corbinite race, which was nearly wiped out by the demon Surtur. After a fateful encounter with Thor, Odin bestowed upon Beta Ray Bill his own hammer, Stormbreaker. With it, he possesses powers similar to Thor: super strength, control over weather, energy projection, and the ability to travel between dimensions. He's a noble and fierce warrior dedicated to protecting his people. Beta Ray Bill has been a key player in numerous cosmic events, including Annihilation and the Thanos Imperative. He's fought alongside the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. His stories often revolve around themes of sacrifice, duty, and what it truly means to be worthy. Despite his badass credentials, Beta Ray Bill hasn't made it into the mainstream MCU, apart from a few Easter eggs. Integrating an alien with a horse-like appearance into a live-action film presents its challenges. Plus, with Thor himself evolving as a character on screen, there's limited room for another hammer-wielding hero. As a result, he remains a favorite among comic book readers, but largely unknown to the general audience. D. Darkhawk, Chris Powell. Last but not least, let's soar into the 90s with Darkhawk. Chris Powell was an ordinary teenager until he discovered a mysterious amulet in an abandoned amusement park. This amulet allowed him to switch places with a powerful android body known as Darkhawk. Debuting in 1991, he became part of Marvel's push to create new young heroes. Darkhawk boasts enhanced strength, flight, energy blasts, and a healing factor. He can transform between his human self and the armored Darkhawk form, which adds an exciting duality to his character. His suit also has a grappling hook and a retractable claw, because why not? Chris navigates the challenges of being a teen hero while uncovering the mysteries of the amulet. He's been involved with teams like the New Warriors, the West Coast Avengers, and even the Guardians of the Galaxy. His stories often tackle themes of responsibility, identity, and the classic struggle of balancing superhero life with personal life. Emerging during a time when the market was flooded with new characters, Darkhawk struggled to stand out. He had a dedicated series for a while, but eventually slipped into comic book limbo. With infrequent appearances and no adaptations in movies or TV, he's remained under the radar. However, he holds a special place in the hearts of fans who grew up reading his adventures. Why do heroes get forgotten? Now that we've met some of these fascinating figures, let's dig into why heroes like them get forgotten. Marvel's universe is massive. With thousands of characters created over the years, not everyone can be in the spotlight. There's intense competition among heroes, and naturally some will be overshadowed. Trends change, and so do audience preferences. Characters that were popular in one era might not resonate in another. For instance, the edgy, grim heroes of the 90s gave way to more relatable, flawed characters in the 2000s. Let's face it, getting featured in a blockbuster movie or a hit TV show does wonders for a character's popularity. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has propelled characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy from obscurity to fame. Those without such adaptations often remain unknown to the broader audience. The impact of overlooking these heroes. Ignoring these heroes isn't just a missed opportunity for cool stories, it's a loss for the entire Marvel Universe. These characters offer fresh perspectives, diverse backgrounds, and unique powers that can enrich narratives. They can introduce new themes, challenge existing heroes, and expand the universe in exciting ways. By overlooking them, we miss out on rich storytelling opportunities. Complex characters like the Sentry and Moon Knight bring depth to superhero tales. Diversity and representation. Characters from different cultures and backgrounds add much-needed variety. Unique dynamics. New team-ups and rivalries can make for compelling plotlines. The potential for revival. All hope is not lost. Forgotten heroes can make a comeback, and we've seen it happen. Remember when the Guardians of the Galaxy were virtually unknown? Their movie adaptation turned them into fan favorites overnight. Rocket Raccoon and Groot became household names. With the advent of streaming services, there's more room to explore diverse characters. Shows like Moon Knight on Disney Plus are giving lesser-known heroes their time to shine. Fans play a huge role here. Social media campaigns and fan art can boost a character's profile. The MCU is constantly expanding, and there's always potential for these forgotten heroes to be reintroduced, reimagined, and embraced by a new generation of fans. The Marvel Universe is a treasure trove of amazing characters waiting to be discovered. By venturing beyond the well-known heroes, we open ourselves up to a world of rich storytelling and endless imagination. So next time you're diving into a comic or watching the latest Marvel flick, spare a thought for the forgotten heroes. Who knows, you might just find a new favorite. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Marvel's hidden heroes. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. Until next time, keep exploring, and remember, every hero has a story worth telling.